Hello viewers, it's your girl Rwby Fangirl, and in today's video we're going to be talking about one of the Rwby books that came out years ago, and that is The World of Rwby, the official campaign. First off, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to split this up into parts, because keep in mind, this is a very long book, and the chapters are really very long, so I'm going to make this a lot more simpler for myself and also easy for everyone to watch. So if you guys remember from my Poppy Playtime video, I don't want to make that same mistake ever again, to be perfectly honest. So now I got that out of the way, let's check out this book cover. Holy moly, look at this art. Look at it. Let's check the back for a sec. And here's like all of like the screenshots like from like volumes 1 through 6. And I forgot to mention, like this book only has like volumes 1 like through 6, but not like from like volume like 7 through 9. So, but who knows, since this actually released a merch store, so maybe with a license official campaign for volume 7 through 9. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, please, I'm begging of you. So let's get into the book, and oh, look at this art of Rwby and Wise being awesome as ever. Oh, one of the greatest quotes ever in this book by the legendary creator himself, Monty Ohm. And for this, I will definitely read it for all of you. It says, "I believe the human spirit is indomitable. If you endeavor to achieve, it will happen given enough resolve." R.I.P. to a legend. Okay, so as like I said, I'm going to be showing this up, so basically next time I do this, I'm going to break this down into chapters. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the origins of Remnant. So, and this is probably like the shortest chapter of all of them. I could be wrong though. I have read this book several times, but this is just something I wanted to point out in mind. So next time we do this, we'll move on to chapter 2, okay, or part 2. All right, let's get started. Wow, look at this cover, or look at these pages. Awesome. And also, I believe that this came out like for one of like the Blu-ray releases as like the menus. I actually do have that, or like have that Blu-ray, so it's actually quite cool, honestly, but not right up there with some of the like better ones, but that's just me. All right, let's begin with part 1. The origins of Remnant. Oh, here we go. the actors or the actresses that voice all the 4 main girls, Rwby, Wise, Blake, and Yang. And one thing I found interesting when I was like reading like this book is that like 3 out of the 4 like actresses who are in like Team Rwby or voice Team Rwby were actually originally used to work like for Rooster Teeth at the time. I thought that was quite interesting. So here, let's take a little quick peek about like which ones they all like did. So for Lindsay, she used to be like an audio editor like for Rooster Teeth to, you know, like as a podcast. Well, I know that Rooster Teeth used to podcast, but I don't really watch those a lot, so who do I know? Barbara used to be like a community manager at the time. I think that was pretty cool. And Kara used to be an office manager at the time. That's cool. And Erin's like the only one that didn't actually work at like Rooster Teeth. Rather, she was still in college, and Monty somehow were able to find her at one of like the theaters, because as it says right here, acting in theater. So I guess she used to be a theater person, I guess. Well, keep in mind, I'm just going through like what the page is telling me, so bear that in mind. Oh, look at this poster, the iconic one poster like for season 1 or volume 1, because it says both volume 1 and season, so I got confused there. The heartbreak and the renewed force. After Monty's passing, it really didn't really feel the same. It really felt really sad and tragic, so R.I.P. to a legendary creator. Oh, look at that! It's the Kingdom of Mistrum or Haven Academy. So I know it's kind of confusing. They say like Kingdom and the Academy, but I could be 100% wrong, so yeah, just take it for granted. Oh, here we go. And here's like the world of Remnant. And one thing I found interesting by reading this, they actually got the inspiration like for the world of Remnant by going to IHOP and smearing some ketchup on a napkin and just do some scribbles, and boom, there's Remnant. And here's all the 4 main kingdoms: Vale, Atlas, Mistral, and Vacuo. The Kingdom Unveiled, the very first landmark that we see from volume 1 through 3. And Atlas is volume 7 through 9. Although in volume 9 they don't really go to Atlas because Atlas is gone basically. And Mistral we saw volumes like 4 through 6 because they were like in Mistral like at that time. So and Vacuo, we're gonna be able to see that in volume 10 if we actually finally get the greenlit we all been waiting for almost for a full year by this point. But don't worry, I'm a very patient person. We got this. And also, we got like a glimpse like of like Vacuo like in like the Rwby and Justice League like crossover. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. Oh, the creatures of Grimm. Yeah, so we're not gonna be like showing like the Grimm chapter pretty soon, but we'll get to that when I get back to this book. The Vital Festival. Like it was just really cool to see like some like cool fight scenes from it, and it all went downhill, and oh god, some shocking moments were discovered. Oh, here's all the dust. Basically, dusting is like ammo like for their guns because I mean, hey, why not? And here's like all the main dusts. So we got fire, ice, wind, electrical, water, plant, rock, and gravel. Yeah, we don't really see like these ones that often, but I mean, there were a couple times we did see gravel, but it's kind of like a rare element. Like these ones are kind of rare, or like these three, because they mostly use fire, ice, wind, and electrical. That's like the main ones. There are like other dust elements, but they haven't really showed it. So yeah. Oh, and we got aura and semblances. For those who don't know, aura is basically like a shield, but their like souls are like, basically their souls are like basically shields. And their semblances are basically like a superpower. And one thing that you might know, like the stronger like the aura and like the semblance, the longer will last. But there have been like some times that some of them are kind of weak and they won't last that long. So that's what has been confirmed, but hey, what do I know? Oh, and here's Menagerie and Faunuses. And one thing I found like interesting, like the reason like why they decided to make Faunuses in the first place is because of this quote right here. And it says, Monty really wanted a character with cat ears. So basically they decided like to make a cat girl. And they decided to give it a Blake because according like to this, it said like a cornerstone for the show's lore. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? So comment down below what that even means, but I'm just going what the book says, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Hey, look, I'm also a cat faunus too, so this is quite interesting. Ooh, the roll of colors, and oh, look at the emblems of like Team Rwby. That's so cool. And for characters of Rwby, you must have a color, something sounds like a color, something meaning of a color, and something that make you think of the color. Although it's kind of a controversial thing to think of, because you know, Blake can't really decide if she's the color black or color purple. Like, I don't get it. Like, why did they, like, if like she can't really decide which color it is. So I don't really get it. But anyway, oh, look at this cover, or look at this poster. I think I haven't really seen like this poster, only except for this book. So that's cool. Ooh, myths and fairy tales. That's cool because almost all of like the characters of here are inspired by myths and fairy tales. We'll get to that once I do the character analysis another time. So we'll get to that another time. And finally, here is the 4 maidens and the 4 relics. Basically, the 4 maidens are like of 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. And the only ones we were able to see is winter, fall, and spring. We haven't seen the summer one yet, except that we might actually get to see her like in volume 10, because in Rwby Beyond we actually get like to see like a new character from the show, but they didn't really know like who that was at the time. They just said like, no, it's probably not a new character, but yeah, you could definitely tell that yes, it is a new character. And the 4 relics, basically the relics that are like the main key factor is, of course, the relic of choice, the relic of destruction, relic of knowledge, and relic of creation. And the only ones we were able to see like in the show by this point is the relic of knowledge and the relic of creation. So yeah, so that means at some point we'll get to see like the crown of choice and the crown of destruction pretty soon. So And the only way to get them, they have to open a vault by one of the maidens. All right. So that's everything that we got in part 1. So I would like to know for you guys, did you actually enjoy part 1? Do you have this book to know what a lot of the chapter is? I would like to know in the comments down below. And also, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.